Welcome back, everyone, to another Deadcast. It is episode 13 of the Deadcast, season 6, episode 8 of The Walking Dead, and it was called Start to Finish. Once again, it's only two of us this time. No Mark. He can go die in a fire. But who is present is...
Go die in a fire.
Yes. But who is present is Brandon Lang, my roommate, and I'm Oliver Trotta, one of the GXP members. So, today was the mid-season finale. What are your immediate impressions?
It was quite a finale.
You think so?
My heart stopped. Probably a good 2 or 3 times during it.
I didn't like it.
Really?
We can talk about that, but I did not enjoy it. But we'll start from the beginning of how it started. So the last episode ended with that tower falling down, and then all hell broke loose. Zombies came pouring in. So then, yeah, it's picked up right where that left off, and then everyone started running into their houses, and basically the majority of the episode is everyone trapped in their own little section of Alexandria. First, they show Maggie trying to get away. She's, and I was just like,
you're like, oh, good, it's some bitch.
Well, first I thought it was some Alexandrian, and I was like, oh, whatever, because she couldn't walk. I don't know why she couldn't walk. Like, I know you're pregnant, but you're not that pregnant.
When she got onto the roof, there was something on her jeans. I think she got hit in the leg because it looked like a blood spot was on her leg.
Like, you think she got cut? I didn't notice that.
Something.
Maybe she was injured, but like she kept falling and tripping down, like an Alexandrian would. And so I just didn't think it was her at first. But then they show her face, and then I was like, oh, okay. So she climbs up to one of the lookout towers, and she's fine. She's just surrounded. She can't go anywhere. So she's trapped up there, and then they have. Let me see the groups. The group is Carol, Morgan, the doctor lady, Crazy Wolf guy. They're all in one house, except the wolf guy and the doctor lady are kind of a secret at the beginning of the episode. They're in the basement while Carol and Morgan are upstairs. But Carol clearly knows that there's something going on downstairs. Then there's another house that's got Rick's Bay, the children, the two of them, the one that doesn't like to go downstairs, the one that wants to kill Carl. And then there's Carl, Judith, Deanna. Who? Michonne. Oh, Michonne. Yeah. And then the priest guy. So that's quite a big group right there. And then there was another group that had Rosita, Tara, and Eugene. That
was it.
Yeah. So they're all immediately separated, trying to figure out what to do. On the way there with Rick's group, Deanna tries to save Rick. She ends up getting bit. So...
yeah, she got bit, but
you don't even see it though.
And I don't think even she knew it until she looked at it because they showed her fall on that saw. Yeah.
So when you get, I'm sure people that have been seriously injured know this whole. When you get hurt in a certain area, you get numb. It's just, you don't feel anything. So that's believable to me that she didn't realize she got bit. But they never showed it in the episode. Like unless, did you notice?
No, it wasn't. I think they didn't even know.
Yeah, they just show her getting cut, and then all of a sudden she was bit. Which I guess was kind of a little anticlimactic with a character like her. She was like the leader of Alexandria, and now. To me, that symbolizes like old Alexandria is going to be dead because
I was sad.
She was the one of the few Alexandrians I cared about, and she was hopeful, like I kind of mentioned earlier in the last episode of the Deadcast, and it she didn't make it, so she thankfully survives the whole episode up until the very end, and she goes out like a badass.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she's sick in the bed. Trying to talk. I think Michonne's going to be the next hopeful leader character because Michonne ends up, when she's like sick in the bed, telling her, "Yeah, I saw your plans. I think they're good, and it can still work. We can do that." And then she starts telling Michonne, but what do you want to do for yourself? Which I guess Michonne never really thought about, or most of the people do, because all they want to do is survive.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't get to decide.
You don't get to think about that stuff. Yeah. So we'll see if they even ever get back to that point where they get to decide what they want out of life. Right now, they just want to survive.
You don't have any time to think about
you don't, yeah. So I don't know if they'll ever get to that point again. I mean, Alexandria, who knows? We'll see. But yeah, that whole story arc is closed with Deanna pretty much at the end. Then there's, I still don't remember his name, but it's that shithead kid.
Rob.
Is it Rob?
Mm-hmm.
So there's Rob, and then he runs off into the garage. Carl goes after him to see, what's going on with him. He's sitting there crying like a little bitch.
Mm-hmm.
And then he fucks everything up for them because they were fine in that house.
So mad at him.
Yeah, I listen. I do in real life like children. They don't annoy me, and I like playing with them. But in this show, I just want them to all die immediately. Unless they're Carl. Well, Carl, there was one point where Carl, I did want to die.
Right.
Want him to die in the beginning of the show. Yeah. But he's cool now. We're good.
I've regained respect for him after this episode.
Yeah.
That's one good thing that came out of this for me.
Yeah, liking Carl? Yeah.
I was like, okay, he's kind of a little bit of a badass. Right.
Yeah.
I'll give him some props.
And then Judith for her situation, she's a great baby. Given the situation she's in. But yeah, generally any of the other children that they have in this show, like they're annoying. They're so annoying. I don't know why they keep bringing children into the show or just writing them very poorly, because I don't like that, and I didn't like that kid. So he ends up screwing everything up, tries to kill Carl. They have a fight. Glass breaks, which attracts walkers, and they're all screaming. And then Rick's all screaming, trying to get into the door. And then once they get out, zombies start coming in. They have to put a sofa to block the door. And then I don't even know why Carl covered for him, but he covered for him. And Rick knew that he was lying about it too. But
yeah, and Mom was like, we heard yelling.
Yeah.
What do you think happened?
Yeah, of course. But yeah, he ran up into his room, and then Carl went after him and basically pointed a gun at him. He was like, "Listen, you need to give me that gun." And so he gave it back to him. And then I liked how he worded it. Do you remember how he worded it about his dad? Oh,
your dad's an asshole.
Well, yeah, he was like, yeah, look, I get it. My dad killed your dad, but let's face it, your dad was an asshole, which was badass of Carl. And, I'm sure that doesn't make the kid hate him any less. So that was but he fucked everything up in that house. So they don't have much time. They have to end up eventually escaping. So they do,
which they brought back the
zombie guts thing, which they did in season 1. So they were much more cleaner about it, because when they did in season 1, they had the intestines around, little necklace, and they had their faces covered and their clothes, but they had little ponchos and their faces were all normal. They were clean. They were cleaner about it. And then on top of that, there's this little child that doesn't like to go downstairs, playing that creepy ass music from Insidious. Already, that kid needs to be put out for playing that song over and over again. I hate that song.
You're gonna hear it in your dreams.
It wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, he still, they never turn off that fucking song. It's playing throughout that.
That's probably some kind of I don't know if it's something. I don't know. There's a reason why
it does foreshadow something. It foreshadows that kid is stupid, because at the very end of that episode, while they're walking and trying to pretend to be walkers, he just starts screaming out, "Mommy, mommy!" And I was like, "Oh, you stupid! Why the fuck are you talking?"
And she wasn't even like,
"I know." So that's I jumped to the ending because I just hate that kid. I don't want to talk about him anymore. But that's why I don't.
You got your child anger out.
Yes, and that's the majority of the reason why I don't like that episode. The other half of the episode I liked a lot, but that whole thing with that
stupid kid ruined it for you.
Yes, because that's where they exactly where they ended it, with him screaming "mommy," and that's not a good cliffhanger to me.
If I were her, I would have just kind of grabbed him and been like
that, or somebody just killing him right there, so that he's not
going to do
so that he's not a problem anymore. I know they're not going to kill a child on TV, but
she wouldn't kill her son just because he was scared and "Mommy." Clearly he's a pussy, and he just doesn't.
What is she going to do? I don't know what they're going to do, but he's obviously ruined it at the end. But they don't. The cliffhanger is just that's it. They don't show you any reaction. It's just him screaming "mommy." So I don't know if I didn't like that cliffhanger ending at all. Not to mention, nobody really died in this episode.
Deanna.
Just putting that. Oh well, okay, Deanna, but
heroic.
That's not that's not like Glenn dying, and which by the way, if you didn't see the last episode, Glenn's alive. It's not a spoiler. So now that brings us to the other group. On with Carol and Morgan on the way there. Carol, I guess, trips over some bullets, which I guess you can do that.
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't that big.
There was like 3 or 4 of them all together.
Yeah.
If you step on that, you're gonna roll. I
guess. So she like eats shit, and then she turns around and realizes there's bullets, and then she goes back and like picks them up.
Yeah, she was like, I'm bringing this.
Yeah.
She was like,
she realized there were bullets, and she's like, oh shit. And so they go into that house where the guy's being held.
Oh, and she must have hit her head because.
Yeah, because he was saying...
She got a concussion.
Yeah, Morgan was saying that she probably got a concussion. And she looked like... Was she bleeding on...
Yeah, she got
so she must have she ate shit. So... but then they're in that house, and then she quickly realizes that there's somebody downstairs. Because, she was watching them the previous episode.
She was like, what the hell? Or who the hell do you...
Yeah.
Something like that.
She's like,
what the hell
is
going on down there?
Yeah, something like that. But then, so right there, immediately Morgan's like, hey, we need to set aside our differences. Some bad stuff's going down right now. You need to calm down and because you got a concussion. So she takes a quick nap. And so then once he realizes that she's kind of asleep, because he just asks her, hey, what are you doing? She's like, oh, I'm just resting my eyes. And then he goes downstairs to look.
She's got quick.
Yeah, she got up quick. Second. Yeah. And then,
you just hear
yeah. And he's like, what? And then his stick's gone and she's gone, and he's like, whoa, what? And then she ends up knocking him out real quick and taking his keys and going downstairs. And then that's when she finds the doctor lady and the
wolf.
The wolf man. Did they ever talk about his name?
I don't think so.
We'll call him the wolf man. Again with this, if people don't know, Morgan believes all life is precious, and he thinks he can change him. So they have this brief conversation between the doctor and the wolf guy, where she, I guess, is also convinced that he can be changed.
Well, she's a psychiatrist or psychologist. She's a doctor, but not a doctor. That's why she was saying, I went to, because she was a nurse.
I know she's not. I think she was a nurse. I don't know if she was a psychiatrist.
She was talking about it in the
one of the episodes. Beginning. Yeah. Oh, in this episode?
No, not that.
Yeah, in one of the season. Yeah. But yeah, I don't remember exactly what kind of doctor she is. But she's also convinced that he can change and be a good guy. Which, come on, really? And I guess in the previous Deadcast, we thought, another one, we thought he was bit, and I guess he's not. He's just cut. He said that he was trying to break into a car and he ended up cutting himself. I don't know if that's true or not. But his hole was clearly stitched up because he showed it, and I guess he's not going to die. But yeah, what do you think about this whole situation with the wolf guy?
Well, pisses me off.
Do you think he'll be a good character later on?
No. I'm just, I know she's not a main character, but I still feel really bad for her, the doctor. Because, she doesn't deserve that. She's like...
Well, we didn't talk about what happened yet.
Oh, my bad.
So, Carol comes in, sees this. She wants to immediately kill him, but Morgan wakes up, I guess, and finds him. And then he's saying, I'm not letting you kill him, so you have to get through me. And she's like, don't make me kill you, because I will kill you to get to him. And he's like, I won't let you. And so they have a fight, which was cool. The fight was badass. I don't believe that Carol actually would... Well, okay... I guess she was hurt and injured, so she wasn't at her prime. But I think Carol at her prime would have took down Morgan easily. Mm-hmm. But she was injured.
She donkey kicked him in the face.
She did. She beat the shit out of him. Yeah, she did good, but he ended up winning the fight, unfortunately. And then immediately the guy got up and knocked Morgan out, took her hostage.
The doctor hostage.
Yeah, the doctor hostage. And then he walked out with her, right?
He walked out with her, but Tara, the garage people that were in the garage.
Yeah,
Tara,
so we didn't even talk about them. But
a little bit.
I mean, nothing really happened with Rosita's crew. They were just locked in the garage, and then apparently Eugene knows how to lockpick, so they lockpick their way out, and they don't really show them how they get to that area.
They were in the garage of
that same house. Oh, I didn't even realize that. Okay, so yeah, they were able to lockpick their way out of the garage, and that's when they find the wolf guy with the doctor, and then they give up their guns because they don't want her to die.
Like, I'm really glad they showed up. That's one of the times my heart stopped.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah, because
I thought he was gonna kill them.
Even though she's not. Yeah, that's true. I was afraid of that.
Carol and Morgan are
they were down. She, obviously she's taken hostage. He had a gun now, so all he had to do was just go pop, 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 and then like kill her. That would have pissed me off so much just to get rid of all three of them. I was scared of that.
But you didn't like it, you said.
I didn't like the episode as a whole. Just saying. As a whole, it was not... All these scenes were great. Anyways. She walks out, and they don't show what happens after he walks out of the building. No. So, I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, there's a bazillion zombies out there, so how would he escape? I don't know. But...
He's just going to push her into the zombies and she'll just die.
Yeah, I don't see her making it that far, or unless he decides to change her into a wolf, since he was able to brainwash a whole group of people. I think he's the leader. We still don't know who exactly was the leader of that group, but we assume it was him. But yeah, and then that's it. That's the end of that side, and then again it went back to them
preparing to go.
Yeah. Oh, and then it also briefly showed Glenn.
With Enid.
Enid to see they found Maggie, so Maggie will be taken care of because Glenn's got his bae. And then
he didn't even try like a real quick, like kind of like a quick like Maggie.
Why would you? There's a bunch of screaming zombies.
They probably wouldn't even hear.
Yeah, they would.
The zombies.
All it takes is like one.
I know, but they would hear it and it wouldn't happen again, so they would just like look around and that's it.
Yeah.
He could have been like Maggie.
I don't know.
Or like Maggie.
He could have maybe like chucked a rock at her.
Yeah, something.
We'll see. Maybe he'll do that next episode. And is there anything else that we missed that was important? Oh yeah, Deanna went out like a badass. Michonne wanted to kill her when they were about to leave the house, covered in zombie guts.
I like what she says. She said, "I started this life, and I'm gonna end it." Yeah.
And I really, again, I am actually sad that she's gone. But instead of just putting one in her head,
she hears the zombies
coming, and she's just like, yeah, she screams at them.
She probably gets ripped to pieces. But,
yeah. She probably used up all her bullets at that point. She shot them, quite a few of them. But yeah, that part was cool too. I liked that when she died. And yeah, you don't see Spencer at all either. I forgot about that, like at all. So I have no idea.
He was under the tower when it fell and he died.
I don't think so. But
sucked, but I mean,
but I don't. Yeah. I thought it was weird that they didn't show him. Maybe he just had the day off that day when they were filming. I don't know, but that was a weird thing to leave out. Weird character because he's important.
Yeah, they covered everybody. Oh well, obviously except Daryl and.
Well, yeah, because they're on their way back. So yeah, that was the episode as a whole. Again, I didn't like it as much, but you liked it. What are your hopes for how they move the season forward?
I don't know where they're trying to go. Are they trying to get to another house maybe that's secure?
Oh, Rick said he wanted to go to the armory. Now, what they do when they get guns, I don't know. They don't have enough bullets for every single zombie.
No.
So
and they have to close up the wall, which is going to be hard while there's zombies there.
Yeah. So yeah, I really don't know.
Once you close off the wall so no more can get in, you can slowly kill all of them. Especially with knives, because there's no wasted ammo. You just...
Well, I mean, that's kind of how they did it in the prison in season 3. Yeah. But yeah, right now with that big, huge... I mean, how do you fix a wall with a bunch of zombies around? I don't know. So we'll see. They're going to have to draw them out. My best theory is, once Daryl and Abraham and Sasha show up, they got that big-ass truck. They could either... use the horn and lure them away and start, just like they did with the bigger herd, just, keep shuffling them away. Or, I don't know, run them all over. He has a bazooka now, and they got a big-ass truck, and they have machine guns, so I guess we'll see. Or they'll just abandon Alexandria. I don't think they will. I
don't want them to do that.
You don't want them to?
No. I think the setting of Alexandria is good. It's like the prison. Like, they were very secure in there.
They were, until the governor came with a tank.
Right. But, I just mean they're just secure in the fences. Obviously, the Alexandrians didn't know the world that they lived in, so they were screwed.
Yeah.
But the main people, the main crew living in Alexandria, that would make me happy. Because they'd have security, they'd be safe.
Nobody doing dumb shit.
Yeah.
that was their biggest problem with the Alexandrians.
So if they can stay in there and fix it, that'd be the best.
I hope they do that too, and I hope that it is successful for them, but it's a show, so there needs to be conflict. Obviously, if that guy gets away, the wolves are going to come back in some form. Maybe, I don't know.
Carol's going to be so pissed.
We'll see. I mean, we'll see how more... especially if that doctor ends up dying, that's going to be on Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how...
coming back would be on Morgan.
That'd be all on him too, yeah. And so we'll see how that plays out. Rick will be pissed too. I mean, he already confronted Morgan about that. What was it, the last episode? About like, hey, there were some wolves that attacked me that had baby food, and I just heard you let some go. Like, is that true? And like, he was like, yeah. So it's becoming his not wanting to kill anybody is becoming a problem. So we'll see how long Rick and Carol are willing to put up with it before they end up either killing him.
Carol's done putting up with it.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, once she wakes up, I can't imagine how pissed she'll be once she finds out that he's gone, the wolf guy, and that he took a hostage. One of the funny things about that is that guy was not at all begging for his life. He was like, please, you should kill me, because if I escape, I'm going to kill you guys. So he was not remorseful at all, or, not even trying to be dishonest. Like, he was letting his intentions know, and he was saying, you're not going to change me, you can't, and I'm going to kill you. So we'll see to the extent of how far he's going to be taken as a character. I'm curious about that. I'm interested to see if that plays out more, or if they're able to even fix Alexandria. Because if not, then they can just move away and it won't even matter. So yeah,
so many things that can happen.
There are. So, any more thoughts?
We should probably do an update on the plane thing.
Is that? Oh yeah. So, I mean, that's technically not over. That's only halfway done. I guess we can talk about that. Yeah. So there was.
Because that's going to be our next Deadcast. Will be a Fear the Walking Dead, or will
no. We're only in the midseason.
Right. I know, but
so
how long is the break?
The break's until February, and it's still The Walking Dead.
Oh, okay.
Then Fear the Walking Dead doesn't come back until, when did it start? July? Somewhere the summer. And then we go straight back into The Walking Dead. So yeah, our next episode isn't a Fear the Walking Dead. Okay. It's still The Walking Dead. But I guess we can update on the plane episode. It's going very slowly as far as...
It's not much further than you would imagine.
Yeah. So it ended... So far, they were on the plane. They took off towards Phoenix. They could even see Phoenix, but then the kid looked out the window. All the lights went down. So I'm assuming this is right when, the apocalypse is happening. The pilot ends up saying, hey, we need to turn around.
We're going to Los Angeles.
We're going back to Los Angeles. I thought it was going to be cool if they were going to go to Phoenix, because the way the Fear the Walking Dead ended, it's left ambiguous as to where they're going to stay, whether it's going to be still LA. They could potentially have a boat, so they might go anywhere really. But there's no oceans in Arizona, so not there. So yeah, they end up going back to LA, but then there's some guy in the bathroom. He had a heart attack, a stroke, something medical. I don't know.
I think he was sick. He was just sick.
Well, he was sick because he was also bit.
Oh, yeah.
But he ended up passing out. They opened the door and they're trying to revive him, and then his eyes opens up and he's a walker. And then the Asian ladies the whole time trying to like, no, get away from him, kill him. So
Like you need to kill him.
She, just like we all predicted, she knew something was up. And she protected that kid. I don't know why. Maybe he's because he's a kid.
Yeah, he's just a kid.
But again, all the kids annoy me on this show, so we'll see if he's any good. But yeah, he's obviously going to wake up, bite some people. I don't know. There was an air marshal too on there.
Zombies on a plane.
Zombies on a plane. There was an air marshal too there, so they're usually armed.
They are.
So they'll have a gun they can shoot zombies with. So we'll see how that plays out. But it's only halfway done. We'll see if they actually make it to LAX. I'm trying to think. What is it, like a 30-minute flight? It's not that long.
45 minutes.
45 minutes? Yeah, it's not that long of a flight. So
we're giving you guys a puzzle onto where we live. Because we talked about last when we lived in Arizona, and now we're talking about how cool it would be if they went to Sky Harbor.
Well, now you're telling them the name of the airport. I suppose it's the only major airport in Arizona. Okay. Much. So anyway, that's it. That's the show, right? Mm-hmm. All right. If you like what you saw, if you want to talk to us about it, comments below. And then if you want to continue seeing more Deadcasts, subscribe to us. We appreciate any feedback, and we love talking to our commentators. Mark, I saw you comment on the last episode. Go ahead and continue missing us, and I'll continue sending you hearts. I don't really hate you. Just kidding. Anyways, that's our show.
Have a happy holidays.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because we want to see you guys till next year.
New Year's.
Yeah, so have a good Christmas, New Year's, Valentine's Day also. Or I think that's when it comes back. It comes back Valentine's Day. So maybe we'll see you Valentine's Day. But still, happy all those holidays. And you guys have a good New Year. See ya.
See you next year.
See ya.